The former White House press secretary to President Trump. And that was a job I absolutely loved. Even on the most difficult days, I was proud to work alongside the president. I was only the third woman to serve in that position and the very first mom to ever be White House press secretary. I used to often joke that being White House press secretary, people always ask me, how did you prepare to have that job? People thought it was because I had a lifetime in politics. I said, no, it's because I'm a mom. So it's real simple. When I went into the White House, my youngest was 1.5. I have 3 kids. They're 8, 7, and 5. Let that sink in for a minute. 8, 7, and 5. So it was chaos at our house at all times. And I told them it was real simple. Being a mom to preschool-age children, I said no a lot. I answered the same question over and over again. And I needed an extreme amount of patience in order to do my day job, much less be the White House press secretary. One of the things I learned growing up in Arkansas and growing up with a father that was in public service was that being engaged in the process made a difference. Getting to see that firsthand as a kid made a big impact on my life. My dad took us with him everywhere. Mike said it was child abuse. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I got to see my state. I got to meet people from all walks of life, and I got to do it with my dad. There's not much better than that. And I wanted my kids to have that same experience. So when I went and took the job at the White House, we wanted our kids to experience that, to understand why we were serving, why we were making that sacrifice as a family. I learned very quickly that I couldn't take all 3 kids with me and get anything done, so I put them on a rotation system. And I would take one at a time to an event, and usually it was short, an hour, and then they'd go back with their dad or babysitter. But on one particular occasion, there was an all-day event called Bring Your Kid to Work Day. And it was my son Huck's turn. He's my middle child. He was 4 at the time. You name your kid Huck, you sort of set a certain expectation for him in life. And he lived up to it every minute of every day. Remember that patience I was talking about? Huck prepared me for that. So I was nervous about taking him, but I decided we wouldn't have that many opportunities, so I would take Huck with me, and we would spend that day together. And we had an awesome time. He had his little blazer and bow tie. I took about 8 million pictures. I thought we were making memories that would last a lifetime all day long. What I didn't realize is the most memorable part of the day would come at the very end. See, all the kids gather in the Rose Garden at the White House, and the President of the United States comes out and takes a picture with the kids. We decided to do something a little different. We invited the press to bring their kids as well. So I go into the Oval Office and I remind the president, sir, 50% of the kids out there, their parents are reporters, so you might watch what you say. He naturally ignored my advice. But as I'm talking to the president, we notice that the bushes in the Rose Garden start to violently shake. We both think, well, now that's odd. About the time I realize what's happening, this little blonde head jumps up from the bushes, runs full speed directly at the glass of the Oval Office, and pushes his face completely against the glass. I don't know if you've seen a 4-year-old face smashed up against glass, but it is a sight to behold. The president jumps back. Oh my gosh, there's a little boy looking into the Oval Office. I said, yes, sir, that's my son Huck. And he looked at me and said, well, Sarah, at least he's handsome.